Hi there. Let's talk some healing today. So, what is this healing? What are we healing? And why are we talking about it? I find that I'm more comfortable off camera talking about these topics. They flow better, my thought process flows better when I don't have to continuously remember to look at a particular side and look at a particular way at the camera so that it looks like I'm talking to you. Plus, these topics are very vast, and just me sitting there and talking. This is easier for you as well. You can just play this if you're folding your clothes, if you're just planning to go to sleep. And this is a good thing to listen to when you're falling asleep because these lessons or these chapters, they'll just go into your head. You could even start the day with this. You don't have to get out of bed immediately. But listen to something like this, do some reflective exercise, and get out of bed as well. It can be a sort of warm up exercise for the frontal lobe, the prefrontal. Not that it needs any more, but something in a specific direction of knowledge is good exercise. It's like yogasana, it's like postures that we do in hatha yoga. It's for bringing a certain discipline. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you don't think is, oh my god, I gotta go to work, or oh my god, I gotta make breakfast. The first thing you do is listen to something that gives you a direction of knowledge. So that's also a mental calisthenics that you can do. So, healing. So, let's first get to some basics. Let's first understand what is being healed. So, possibly you assume that you're the one being healed, which is correct. But what in you is being healed? Especially since most of the wounds are not visible. You didn't go to war yesterday and come back with a cut on your arm or your foot shot off by a bomb or something. You didn't do that. So, what is this? So, each one of us who has taken birth as a human being in this human form, we have a unique nature that we are born with. This unique nature developed in us in our mother's womb, and there are many factors to that as well. But this nature was given to us in order to go through certain experiences in this lifetime. This particular lifetime. And everybody is not expected to experience everything, know everything in one lifetime. Even if you live 150 years, which human beings did used to live at one time, you're not going to gather everything. There will always be something else. There will always be something else that you want to know. So, this unique nature is given to you for this lifetime. How does it develop? The factors involved are, well, you and your own past karma, which is whatever is left over, which you need to do. Maybe you had some unfulfilled desires in your previous life as a human being, or you saw something just before you died in your previous life and you wondered, what would it be like to experience that? And so you've come to experience that. So you will come with a nature which is conducive to having that experience in this life. So that's what happens. Your parents' karma, your lineage karma also affects your nature because the fetus that was conceived by your parents is affected by their own karma and the karma they carry down generationally. This point you need to remember, it will be discussed later for understanding the mechanism of getting hurt. And so this fetus was conceived with all these factors coming in. And so a particular type of nature was created within this person. The broader energy that is flowing through the universe, it has no shape or form or anything. It's just a universal life force which is there. But to function in this lifetime within a certain framework, your body with its nature becomes that system through which life force will now function. And this life force will function through your physical body, your personality, your intellect, your intelligence, and it will shape and the nature's blueprint that was given to you. But nature's blueprint is not something which asserts itself by itself. Because nature's blueprint functions in this world through the physical body, the limitations of the physical body keep impacting the nature. So, what are the limitations? So, you wanted to explore this world by traveling solo, by having a lot of money, and the freedom to move around without fear. This is what you wanted to experience. And your nature came along with that desire. But what is your environment? One, you were born a female in a very conservative society, and your family is very hierarchical and believes in gender differences. And the society you live in, it gives a lot of lectures on girls being equal to boys, but the implementation is never there. You are expected to educate yourself, get a good job, then get married, have kids, follow the common blueprint everybody else is following. So now you see what has happened. You're born with a nature to explore the world, but you are born in an environment where your physical body is treated as a limitation. So that is where the first hurt will happen. The first hurt after birth will happen. Otherwise, the biggest hurt we all go through is our own birth only. It's very traumatic, both for the mother and for the child. Very rarely these days, and that will be a part of a discussion for another day, but very rarely these days an untraumatic birth happens. People think traumatic births are the most common thing to do, but it's not. It's a deterioration of human systems that has made birth so traumatic for both woman and child. But I don't want to digress into that. So, apart from your birth, the first trauma you will experience is the way the world sees you because of your physical body. In many cultures, especially in this country, in India, the birth of a girl is not celebrated. It's a terrible thing for the family. Oh my God, now I have to get so much gold and money set aside for her marriage. Because in this country, as in many other countries and many other cultures, marriage is very important for society. And our DNA is very brainwashed in that aspect. And this has to be done. Society to survive has brainwashed our DNA to the point that even in the age of high technology, marriage is seen as some kind of supreme act of God, Marriage is essential for having children, and in the sense of having legitimate inheritance children and carrying society forward. It is also a very good controlling mechanism for keeping human society in a particular shape and form. Again, a different discussion for a different day. So you are a girl, and already the perception has started that you are a difficult, or you are rather not, you are not difficult, but life will be difficult because of you. And this is the first pain you will experience. As an infant, you probably don't realize it, but over time, with the repetition of sentences from everybody around you, you're a girl, don't do this, you're a girl, don't be like that, don't talk like that, sit like this, don't sit with your legs spread apart, don't wear clothes that reveal your legs, don't sleep in the afternoons, don't sleep in the evening, don't do this, don't do that, don't be out for too long, your pain will only increase because your nature never factored this at all. All your desire was to explore the world in a carefree way with enough money to support it. That's your nature, and your environment, your nurture is happening in a completely gender oriented way. So pain is building up within you. Your nature and your nature and nurture keep conflicting. Because in today's extremely modernized world, where even a 1 year old knows how to use a smartphone, nobody knows anything about life. Nobody knows that you cannot nurture anybody against their nature. Nature can get suppressed for some time, but it will assert itself at some other point. But if a lot of damage has been done to it, it will assert itself in a very damaging way down the line. So that is the hurt. So this child, this person came into this world with this need for a carefree exploration, etc., etc. You have nurtured this person, or you're a girl, you cannot do this. So maybe for 10, 15 years, it was okay. Her nature slept, was dormant, did not assert itself. And suddenly at the age of 15, the parents start to experience what they will label as rebellion. In Indian languages, you have more colorful terms for all this. But let's just use the word rebellion. The child doesn't listen to anything. She stays out as long as she can. She talks back to the parents, fights with the parents. Because her nature never got the nurture it should have, was never allowed to explore, was never told how to explore safely. So now, as a reaction, it explores as much as it can unsafely. And yes, in the process, this person might get hurt by other people, hurt by her own actions. It will happen, and the parents will keep on saying something like, "Oh my God, you are like the black sheep of the family. You have brought such dishonor to the family. Why didn't you die when you were born?" And the hurt will become deeper and deeper. The wounds will become wider, and the blood, which you cannot see, will be flowing out like rivers. When your nature is not nurtured accordingly, you will always be hurt. You're a child who loves to be by yourself. You are being dragged into all these endless community activities, social activities, because your parents don't want you to look like something is wrong with this person. Because society has decided that unless you are a very social person, something is wrong with you. You cannot be somebody who likes to, sit under the tree or on the tree. You cannot be somebody who loves to explore, the tiny wildlife in your garden. Those things can be hobbies. They cannot be your nature. We have all these extremely, rigorous ideas about what people should be. So even if you're a little bit off that, or your nature is something which cannot adapt to these type of requirements, you'll be in a lot of trouble. You'll be given names that will stay with you till you die. That is how we are. So more and more hurt is happening. Usually in childhood, we respond to these constraints of the environment by hiding ourselves. This is a response. And as I said, when nature finally starts to assert itself, it comes out as reactions. Now, what if you are a person who actually has a nature to go with societal norms? Does it make it any easier? Not really. Not really. Because then the norms will matter. What are these norms that are being imposed on you? As human beings, as life on earth, as life itself, doing unnatural things is going to be the biggest hurt you will get. What are unnatural things? Let's look at how humans live. We eat at specific times, not when we are hungry. We have fixed times for eating. I don't know who else does this, but we do it, humans, and we call this being highly evolved and highly intellectual. When you're hungry and you ask your mother for food, and your mother says it's only 11 a.m., your next meal is at 1 p.m., you have to wait till then. That hunger in this child who is willing to go with your norms, that hunger becomes actual pain, sometimes literal pain. Ulcers can develop in the stomach as the acid keeps falling and eating away at the lining. Pain, both physical and mental. My needs are not respected. People in this country have a very nice habit of telling you what you need. Especially when you're young, you are not supposed to know what you need. They will tell you, no, you're not hungry. It's just your thought process. You're thinking you're hungry. You just ate at 9 o'clock. How can you be hungry at 11? They know that, you just cannot have that. And this is coming from their own hurt and pain which they experienced as a child. And they are now passing it on to the next generation. In this country, there is a lot of impositional parenting that is done, where it is believed that the child doesn't know anything. It cannot know what it wants. So if a 2-year-old says, I want to eat a banana, it is very likely that the response will be, no, you don't. I know what you want to eat, and I know when you should eat it. A lot of reactionary stuff happens, and that's because the generation before this generation was brought up like that. They are hurt people who are creating more hurt people. So this is another hurt that is developing in you. Nobody accepts your nature, even though you are going along with the world. So in short, everybody, whether you are understanding this world and trying to go with it, or whether you don't understand it at all and trying to survive it, all of us get hurt. Now, why? And this has been normalized. This is people tell you this is how life is. Life is not like that. Life is life. Life is meant for living. And most of us are just stopping ourselves from dying every day. This is how we live. Because nobody understands our nature. Nobody is willing to spend 10 minutes trying to understand our nature. Now let's look at the biological process that is happening. Because since we are occupying a body, obviously biology comes in. Every time your nature is put into this kind of a challenge, either people don't understand you, they are trying to tell you what you want or don't want, anything it might be. This is treated as a stressful situation by your body. So your sympathetic nervous system will get active. Although it is called sympathetic because it is trying to now protect you. That's its mechanism, it has to protect you. What is it protecting? It protects you both physically and the parts of you which cannot be seen. The subtle physical parts of you, like your personality, your mental process, your intelligence, your nature. It will try to protect that. It's made for that. So it will get active. When your parent is telling you, no, you are not hungry, you are just thinking you're hungry, immediately the sympathetic system stands up. No, this is a threat to my nature, this is a threat to my intelligence, this is a threat to my personality. And the sympathetic nervous system does not, our nervous system, in fact, our brain also does not have the capacity to distinguish between tangible and intangible experience. It is a wonderful tool, and it's developed like this for a specific reason, which we will discuss another time. But what it means currently in these type of situations is, even though there is no actual tangible physical threat, our body responds in the same way as it would if someone was coming at you with a knife. It's the same response it will give. It will get ready to fight. Cortisol will be released. Cortisol is a hormone released in stressful situations, and I think this is the most dangerous chemical in the body as well, because it can cause real damage. It is very useful in a stressful situation to deal with the stress, but think about it, there is no actual tangible stress. Your adrenal glands start releasing adrenaline, your muscles start to become bigger. More blood flow goes to your goes to your legs and your arms so that you can fight, you can run. But in reality, nothing like that is there. So what happens to all this energy that is built up in your body? It has to go somewhere. So you might shout, you might cry, you might hit your mother, depending on your nature, how it responds to these, it reacts to these things. Your nature has both response and reaction. And if your body has already perceived this, no, you are not hungry right now, as a threat, then something has to come out. And then you'll get more labels. You're such a difficult child. You're such a rebellious child. You don't respect me. Disrespectful, this, that, you always will get something. So this is okay one time. The body understands, okay, this is a situation, I dealt with it the way I could, based on my age and my capacity. But what if these things continue? Because when it happens for the first time, the other side of the nervous system, called the parasympathetic nervous system, will start, once the situation is diffused or complete, then the PNS will take over and it will bring down all these levels of all your stress hormones and your muscles, and all will relax. You'll get tired, you will feel tired. And you want to lie down. That is because the PNS takes over and wants to relax you. But what if continuously this is happening on a daily basis, for every small thing, this type of situation is getting created? Then what? Then all the time the sympathetic system is ready. In highly, highly stressful situations, in continuously stressful situations, in continuous disrespect, continuous abuse, the sympathetic system never shuts off. The PNS gets no chance to soothe your body. And so you get hurt, and the hurt never has time to heal, and then it becomes trauma. A wound so big it cannot be handled by band-aids. Your mother's kiss will no longer be enough. Your father's hug will no longer be enough for you. Because a hug and a kiss and a trip to the mall or to a cinema is like trying to put a band-aid on a 12-inch long cut 3 inches deep in your thigh. It's never going to happen. It requires serious intervention where the muscle is stitched back, the skin is stitched back, the blood vessels are put together again. That is trauma. This is how trauma is getting created. So healing happens either at that level, at the surface level. If something is cut, you put a band-aid, or something deeper has to be intervened. This is where healing becomes important and healing is necessary. Now, why healing is necessary? You might say that I can continue like this. I would just die in the end, isn't it? Everybody is dying, so why do we need to heal? Remember your nature. Remember the nature that came with the desire to explore the world, to have money and have enough money to explore the world on your own. What about that nature? Isn't that the job you came here for? Isn't that what you wanted to do? So when will you do that? If you're lying hurt somewhere, in some room somewhere, you're huddling somewhere, unable to move, when will your nature get satisfied? You are here to fulfill your nature's potential. You are not here to fulfill other people's potential, unless that is, of course, the job you wanted to do in this life. Your biggest responsibility is to develop fitness, to live life as per your nature. So you have to get up and you have to go and ask to be healed. You have to search the healers out. So it is your responsibility to go out there and get yourself healed. If you don't live to your nature, if you keep denying your nature, then what is life going to do for you? Life is not some burdenous activity that we need to finish. It's not an assignment, it's not a task. It is a wonderful opportunity to experience as much as you want in this world. And for that you need a body and mind that can support it. So it is, each one of us has a responsibility to go and heal ourselves. And all of us are hurt people. There is no exception in this world. It's very rare. Maybe 1 in a billion has a life where there was no hurt. The reason is we are all birthed by unconscious people. There is no consciousness in why they are creating children. There is no awareness of what this whole purpose is about. We live in a time of extreme dharma. It is called being blind to what is the right thing to do. And we are birthed by such people. They were birthed by such people. There are generations before us that did copulation and reproduction because that is the only thing they knew to do. They did not know why they were doing it, how to do it. They did not even know how to live their own lives. So we are a product of this, and we are creating products also like that. So it is our supreme responsibility to first heal ourselves and go and get ourselves fit enough to live our life as per our nature, because then, only then, we can start to actually bring change to our own lineage, to our own world that we live in. If you continue with your hurt, if you don't address your hurt, you will produce hurt children. And they are not even hurt because of their nature. They are hurt because of your nature. This is the karma that you're handing over to them. Mentally ill, very weak people will be born. And we are all very weak people compared to our previous generation, compared to their previous generation. Weakness is coming in. For you, the mental weakness comes from the physical weakness. In the next part, we will see where the mechanism of hurt and what are the factors in it, and it will become clear why why we are producing such hurt generations. So, the takeaway from this is know that you are a hurt person. Even if your life is all golden right now, inside there is a lot of hurt because we were produced by hurt people. Not living life as per your nature is the biggest hurt you get after birth. And it is your responsibility to start the process of healing yourself so that you can live your life as per your nature, because that is what life is all about. So I will talk to you in the next one. Bye bye.